Well, I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still. Happy New Year to you. I'm now back on my normal shift at least for the next 4 or 5 days before next Thursday. I got to flop back over to the evening shift to fill in for Skip. So I'll be here updating you over the next several mornings on your Storm Track 12 forecast. And as we start off 2013, it's definitely started off on a wet note. Anywhere between about a quarter of an inch to 3/4 of an inch of rainfall has been falling, but that's quickly making its way off the coast. The parade of storms continues. Again, we've got the one rainmaker for this morning. That's moving out of here, and maybe another light one along the Crystal Coast as we head on through the day tomorrow. We'll clear things out and look for cooler conditions in here for Friday and Saturday, but at least the way it looks like right now, no real issues as far as winter weather is concerned for us here in eastern Carolina. Weather pattern, we'll talk about the jet stream here in a couple minutes, but right now the cold air remains bottled up in Canada, and it's not going to have an entrance into the United States, at least through the middle of January. Now, after that, all bets are off, and we'll have to continue to see how the pattern evolves from there. Here's my Storm Track 12 forecast for you. As we go on through the morning hours here, the clouds and fog are quickly moving off the coast, and we are going to be looking for some peaks of sunshine, especially by later on this afternoon, north and west of New Bern and Kenansville line. South of that Kenansville, New Bern to Oriental line, looks like we're going to have temperatures actually drop from our official daytime highs in the 50s, where we've been this morning, into the 40s by this afternoon. North of that line, we're pretty much stuck in the low to mid 40s for the day today. Overnight tonight, we will look for some showers to develop along the coast, especially later this evening through tonight through the early morning hours tomorrow. And then I think by noontime, those showers are off the coast. I'm talking Onslow, Pender, Carteret County, right along the beaches of the Crystal Coast. Potentially could be seeing some of this trouble here. But it does look like a very weak system. And notice temperatures, in spite of the cloud cover, only into the 40s for the day tomorrow. Now, here's what I was talking about as far as the temperatures are concerned. Again, midnight is when the official or calendar day starts. In New Bern, we're going to take a look at this temperature trace. We bumped up into the mid-50s before the front came through. Now we've been sliding back into the 40s and probably going to continue to fall into the 40s as we head on through the afternoon hours today. Here's that parade of storms that I was talking about here with that rich feed of moisture coming out of the Pacific Ocean through the Gulf of Mexico, continuing to pump all that moisture here, which is a good thing because we've been kind of borderline with drought status here in eastern Carolina and all of the southeast over this past year, so that's a good thing. Next in the progression of the storms, coming its way through the bend of Texas right now, and that one's going to be cutting off towards our south, giving us just a slim chance of maybe some spotty showers as we head on through tonight and into tomorrow along the Crystal Coast. All right, let's talk about the way the jet stream is configured here now. This is that ribbon of air up around 35,000 feet. Again, some of the coldest air in North America is bottled up across New England and southeast Canada here, and what we're going to be watching for is these little disturbances riding through the jet stream. But you'll notice this here. This is a little ridge off the southeast coast. This ridge keeps poking its nose back in here, and as a result, as the cold air tries to come down, it can only get so far before it gets blocked by this ridge, and then it must lift back out. So that's why you've got lots of snow up here across New England, southeast Canada, but we haven't really had excessively cold Arctic air get involved to our weather pattern here. So the way it looks like right now, at least this upper level ridge holds through mid-month. Then after that, we may see that ridge get beat down a little bit, the trough reestablish itself here in the east, and that direct injection of some Arctic air get back into our weather pattern. But again, it's not going to happen at least until after the middle of the month. Now, what we are going to be watching there's these little disturbances in the jet stream, these little short waves coming through. And you'll notice our feed in the mid and upper levels in the atmosphere coming out of the Gulf of Mexico and the Pacific. So we've got this feed of moisture coming in. The southern branch of the jet stream is what this is. This is the northern branch. This supplies the cold. So if we can actually get the northern branch and the southern branch to phase, that would give us a chance at a pretty good snowstorm here along the east coast. But again, with this southeast ridge here, I don't see that happening anytime soon. So as a result, you know, these short waves come through, they tap into some moisture, we get some storms that come along, and then they quickly lift on out. Now, you will notice here that as we head in through this weekend, going into the weekend, there's a cutoff low pressure coming out of the desert southwest. This is a big question mark as to how this is going to play out as we go on into this weekend. Does it come out in one piece? Does it come out in two pieces? Is it stronger? Does it allow some phasing or not? Or does it just kind of come in the flow, get caught, and head up to the northern Appalachians? So in which case, wouldn't really have much of a storm here for us at all. And that's exactly what the GFS model is showing. That lifts on out of here, and you can see that southeast ridge kind of reestablishing itself here off the Bahamas, just close enough to keep the cold air from allowing it to really overtake our weather pattern here as we go into the first part of next week. So we are going to have some short waves running around. Again, because of that ridge, that tightens the jet on the south side of it and quickly lifts it on out of here. So we'll have to see exactly how that system coming out of the desert southwest plays out here as we head into the weekend. Here's our future track shows as we go through the day today. The rain falls off the coast as we speak. Some peaks of sunshine with those northerly winds kicking in, and that'll give us temperature still on the chilly side, though. Clouds coming right back in overnight tonight as our next storm in the parade comes out of the Gulf of Mexico region. It clips by to our south, maybe just kind of scraping the Crystal Coast, Onslow, Pender, Carteret County, with the possibility of some light spotty showers tomorrow morning into the first part of the afternoon, but then you'll notice that moves away from the coast. High pressure slides in here. Winds go more west-northwesterly. We clear things out, and as a result, chilly temperatures in here for Friday and Saturday as we run below normal for highs, but at least it's going to be on the dry side. Now, Sunday forecast, again, it's kind of up in the air depending on what that's going to be happening with that storm system coming out of the desert southwest. Cold start in here Saturday morning, talking about temps into the low to mid-20s, and then it does look like eventually that upper level ridge kind of slides back in here for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. So at least we'll get moderating temperatures with some sunshine around. Again, at least through mid-month, the avenue for the excessive cold air is blocked off from coming out of southeast Canada. Canada's going to kind of get overwashed with warm air coming in off of the Pacific, and then eventually about mid-month, that's when it starts to get refrigerated again. And as we go through mid to late month, that potentially could come southbound into us. Have yourself a good Wednesday. I'm Storm Track 12 meteorologist Les Still.